In this video, I'm going to show you an insane Void Warlock build that can compete with other builds in the game and outperform even some. So let's get into the video. So with this build, you'll be mainly focusing on chucking as many grenades as you can whilst also keeping your Devourer up. As with Void Warlocks, the main premise of the build is you get Devourer and you get as many kills as you can to be able to get your grenades back. As your grenades, they apply weakening, and with weakening you do more damage to targets, which is really nice. Now what helps this build out quite a lot is one particular Warlock exotic, Controversial Hold, which improves the charging for void grenades, aka when you're charging a grenade, you get resisted incoming damage, and when you charge your grenade, it also retains grenade energy on a hit, which is quite nice. If you're using multiple targets, like a group, you will basically get a lot of your energy back from it. Ideally, basically making you being able to spam a lot. Now, with obviously Devourer, you get your abilities back faster. So with this, the uptime for abilities will be ridiculous, and with your void grenades, they'll basically be infinite, which makes this build ridiculous and top tier for endgame activities, and even for solo content, as survivability is quite good. With Warlocks having a nerf to a particular solo build, aka Venus Protocol, it's up there with just pure craziness and just add control, which is really nice. Obviously it won't output survivability for well, but hey, it's still good, so use this whilst you can. So with the aspects and fragments and abilities you'll be using, the main ones are for the following: Feed the Void, obviously defeat the target. Feed Void ability activates Devour. This is the main benefit for this build, so yeah. With Devourer active, Fire Blows restore health and extend Devourer, which is really nice, and it also grants grenade energy. Well, I said before about getting ability energies, it'll do grenade energies for you, which is really nice, and this also applies to when you do anything, any kills. Your super, your void nade, or your melee ability. So yes, Devourer is a must for Void Warlocks at all, because Devourer is probably one of the most broken aspects in the game of just how just free it is just to get health and just grenade energy back. So good, and just be able to apply weakening to literally every enemy in the game. And with one certain season artifact, oh boy, we'll get into that later on. And the other fragment is Chaos Accelerant. So this one sort of got a bit of a buff in recent times, as this used to be one fragment slot. Now it is 2, which is insane, as before you couldn't have a 4 fragment slot. Now this opens up a lot of stuff for Void Warlocks, especially with overcharging grenades now, as this allows you to do more, which is great. Obviously what Chaos Accelerant does is it allows you to overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective, hence why it got Controversial Hold. So as you can see, there's 4 different things that it does for certain grenades. For the ones we were doing is Vortex grenades, which increases the size and lingering duration of Vortex. Now this is good, is with Vortex grenades, it pulls targets inwards, so which is quite nice, as obviously if you got a group of ads and there's some that just didn't hit, it will just pull them in, and this will also weaken them, so it's also great for that. Obviously the void ability is the only one. Pocket Singularity, which is pretty good. Burst Glide, enough said about it. Healing Rift, because, you know, Healing Rifts are just great. Because health. Because everyone needs health in these days. Yeah. And Nova Bomb Cataclysm this week. As this is just pure damage. As, don't get me wrong, Nova Bomb Forte is good, it's fast, and continuing damage. But if you just want to just do a lot of damage, then do Cataclysm this week. And no one touched Nova Warp because it's not great for PvE. So, yeah. The fragments you're using for this build really makes this shine. Obviously, Echo of Remnants, your Lingering Grenades effects last longer, so that's a no-brainer on why you want to use that. Echo of Instability, defeat an attack with grenades grant volatile rounds to your forward weapons, which is just more explosions and more crowd control, which is dumb. Echo of Undermining, your forward grenades weaken targets, which is just ridiculous, and it's just dumb. And with you made spam grenades, just even more dumbness. It is great. I love this fragment. It's good. What can I say? And Echo of Starvation, picking up Void Breaches, this is a new one, or Orb of Power grants Devour. So you don't even need kills, which is just, yeah, it just comes dumb and dumber. It's just this build and Void Warlocks in general are just dumb, and it's great, and I love it. So, with the seasonal artifacts, I'll get to the mods in a minute, is the main ones. Onto the Breach. Defeating a Void debuff target creates a Void Breach while your Void Circle subclass is equipped. Obviously, Void Breaches are just like, sort of like other stuff in the game. Like your Fire Spirits, your Arc Traces? Yeah. Let's go with that. So, yeah, you pick them up, it gets benefit. So, yeah. Protective Breach. Picking up a Void Breach gives you an overshield or refresh your existing overshield, so just even more health. So, yeah, that's just dumb. And Supernova. Picking up a Void Breach causes your next source of void damage to create a large weakening pulse. What the fuck? So, you don't even need to have your grenade out, you can just shoot something and with your void weapon, and it just weakens them. Dumb, and it's great, and I love it. So with the mods that we're using, these are the following ones. So first one, Heavy Ammo Scout. This is just so you get more heavy back, ideal. Any siphons? Yes, that's the word. So any of those, ideally void, because if you spend void, so yeah, that'd be good. For that, Asher assets just really great in general, as it's just good, and you get, if you're spamming your grenades, you might as well do it as you get more super energy. Firepower, your grenades also create fire orbs power, which is great for one specific season artifact. Which one was it? Yeah. This one? It's one of the season artifacts. But yeah, that will benefit with that, so that's great. For the chest piece is a bit more choose what you want, as there's not really much you can go with this quite well. It benefits everything. So yeah, you can have anything, your debuffs and all that, or your resistance, charge of lights, that sort of stuff with that. And for your boots, obviously using void weapons, so you might as well use void weapon surges, great with that. And elemental charge, as this will add on armor charge for chance of picking void breaches up, so you might as well do it because it's no brainer. 2 time dilations, just great, and a bomber just for your grenade cooldowns a little bit shorter, which is cool. Now for the weapons, you can really be diverse of what weapons you use. For me, I've gone with a Lingering Dredge Grenade Launcher, because obviously Chill Clip, and Chill Clip's really good in this game, because obviously you can stun 2 champions with it, which is just dumb. It's really great. If you have a Fusion Rifle with this, you can use that, as that 2 of these can have shield clip on it. The Deliverance from Val Disciple, and the Crucible one, the Riptide, that everyone got when it first came out. So even those 2 can run it. So if you have got that, use that. For your energy weapons, now you can use obviously Void legendary weapon, so you can use a funnel web or any other Void one that's really good at the moment. But in this case, I've gone with a Graviton Lance, so because obviously Graviton Lance got a buff and it's still really good, especially for like enemies. It's just great for that in bosses. It's got 4 per weapon on it because of it triggers it because of its catalyst, which is just great. So no brainer for that. But you can use like funnel web or anything like that. But if you don't have a Void weapon to put in your heavy slot, you might as well use that Zoic slot somewhere up. So no point in not using it. And then for the heavy weapon, any Void heavy. Obviously, I've got Resonance, as this is just great. It's got Enemy Assassin Explosive Light, and with the buff it got in beginning of Lightfall, Green Ultras in a good place, and this is really good for that. You can also go with a Void Sword, also for Guillotine, and even if there's a Void Rocket Launcher out there, you can go with that as well, because they're still pretty good. Taipan is a good choice, but with a Nurse, you don't see much play, but they're still usable. But yeah, that is the build for this Void Warlock, and my god, is it insane, as you see in the video that's going on in the background. That just destroys everything, and enemies just don't stand a chance. And when GMs come around, this is probably will get used. It's just great for just debuffing and just keeping alive. As you probably see, Void Warlocks is quite good for solo content itself, because it's just this sustain you can get for it, the consistency, and not being too difficult to keep the health up. Whereas like solo Warlocks, you can do it quite well, but you need to do a lot of prep for it, and it can get a bit like you need to keep control of it. It's quite hard, and just try and remember to do stuff. But yeah, whereas this, you get a kill with a grenade, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. You pretty much got Devour for the rest of the activities that you're doing. So yeah, if you like this video, then make sure to like and subscribe, as it just helps out the channel. And if you want to see more builds, please let me know and what build you want to see next. So with that, I'll see you guys later.